Big question, how did Herbert Macaulay's actions shape Nigeria's path to independence? In the heart of Lagos, there was a young boy named Jide who loved to listen to stories about the great heroes of Nigeria. One day, his grandfather, a wise and gentle man, told him about a remarkable figure who played a crucial role in Nigeria's journey to independence. His name was Herbert Macaulay, and he was known as the father of Nigerian nationalism. Jide was intrigued. His grandfather explained that Macaulay's efforts and determination had helped shape Nigeria's path to freedom. To understand more about this inspiring figure, Jide set out on an adventure with his grandfather to learn about Macaulay's life and legacy. Jide's journey began with a visit to the bustling city of Lagos, where his grandfather introduced him to an old but lively part of the city where Herbert Macaulay once lived and worked. The streets were filled with vendors selling colorful fabrics, fragrant spices, and lively music that echoed the spirit of Lagos. Herbert Macaulay was born in 1864 in Lagos, his grandfather said, as they walked past old colonial buildings and vibrant marketplaces. He came from a prominent family with a rich cultural heritage. His father was a well-respected man, and Macaulay inherited his father's passion for justice and fairness. As Jide and his grandfather explored the city, they visited important landmarks related to Macaulay's life. They arrived at the former site of the Daily News newspaper office, which Macaulay had founded. Macaulay was not just a leader, but also a pioneer in journalism, his grandfather continued. He started the Daily News to speak out against British colonial rule and to inform Nigerians about their rights. His newspaper became a powerful tool for advocating change. They walked to the grounds of the first Nigerian political party that Macaulay had helped establish. He founded the Nigerian National Democratic Party, NNDP, in 1923, his grandfather explained. The party fought for the rights of Nigerians, including better education and employment opportunities. Macaulay's vision was for Nigerians to govern themselves and to have a say in their own future. Jide marveled at how Macaulay's passion for education was evident in his actions. Macaulay believed that knowledge was key to empowerment and actively promoted education among Nigerians. He worked tirelessly to ensure that more people could access education and understand their rights. He was a tireless advocate, his grandfather added. Macaulay's courage and determination inspired many Nigerians to stand up for their rights and fight for independence. His speeches and writings stirred the hearts of people all over Nigeria. As Jide learned more about Macaulay, he was introduced to a subplot that highlighted the challenges Macaulay faced. Despite his many achievements, Macaulay often faced opposition from both the colonial government and other groups who did not fully support his vision. Jide's grandfather shared a story about Macaulay's struggles. Macaulay was often criticized and faced many difficulties, he said. But he never gave up. His determination to see Nigeria free from colonial rule kept him going, even when things seemed impossible. One of the key figures in Macaulay's life was his friend and fellow nationalist, Funmilayo Ransome Kuti. Jide learned how Ransome Kuti supported Macaulay's efforts and how their partnership strengthened the nationalist movement. Jide's grandfather then posed a question to him. What do you think was the most important lesson from Macaulay's life? Jide thought for a moment and replied, I think it was his courage and determination. Even when things were difficult, he kept fighting for what he believed was right. That's right, his grandfather said with a smile. Macaulay showed us that true leadership involves standing up for what you believe in, even when it's hard. He taught us that selflessness and a love for one's country can lead to great change. As Jide and his grandfather continued their walk, they discussed the complexities of Macaulay's role in Nigerian history. While Macaulay was a hero to many, there were also differing opinions about his methods and the challenges he faced. Not everyone agreed with Macaulay's approach, his grandfather explained. Some thought his methods were too radical, while others felt he was too cautious. But what's important is that he made a significant impact and inspired many people to join the fight for independence. Jide pondered this, realizing that historical figures are often viewed differently by different people. So, even heroes have a critics? He asked. Yes, His grandfather nodded. And that's part of what makes history so rich and complex. We can learn from both the successes and the struggles of those who came before us. Jide's grandfather emphasized the importance of Macaulay's legacy. Herbert Macaulay's actions gave many Nigerians hope and a sense of agency, he said. He showed that through hard work and dedication, one person can make a difference. His leadership and selflessness were crucial in the fight for Nigeria's independence. Jide felt inspired by Macaulay's story. I want to be like him, he said earnestly. I want to make a difference in my own way. His grandfather placed a reassuring hand on his shoulder. You can, Jide. Remember, it's not just about grand gestures. Every small act of courage and kindness counts. As Jide's journey with his grandfather came to an end, he felt a deep connection to Nigeria's history and its heroes. He had learned about Herbert Macaulay's incredible contributions and how his actions had helped shape Nigeria's path to independence. Looking out over Lagos, Jide thought about the lessons he had learned: courage, determination, leadership, selflessness, education, and nationalism. He knew that these values were not just part of Nigeria's history, but also essential for the future. Jide thanked his grandfather and promised to carry forward Macaulay's legacy in his own life. With a heart full of inspiration, he walked away with a renewed sense of purpose, ready to make his own mark on the world.